Aster's price has been falling very quickly. And if you are an Aster holder, stay tuned because I'm going to break down where I think price is going and if you should be worried or not. Hey guys, Foxy's Trading here, back with another crypto video for you guys. And today we are talking about Aster. It is the crypto exchange, and I'm going to get right into it with market structure first, and then we're going to look at the Twitter and all of that good stuff. So if you are an Aster holder, should you be worried is the question that we have, right? I would say yes, and I would say no. And I know that's not the answer you want to get, but the reason I say yes is because we have been falling to a very heavy decline, right? But the reason I say no is because we do not have much data to go in the past, right? This is a very new token. And if you look at other cryptos in the past, right? If you look at ICP has fallen below its all-time lows, right? It's gone all the way down and people still believe in it very much. So do I, but that's beyond the point. But when it comes to Aster, right? I wish I could give you more context of where price is going to go, but we simply just do not have the market to tell us that information, right? So we can see very clearly that we are in a heavy downtrend, right? So what is a heavy downtrend? We have a lower high followed by a lower high followed by a lower high, and then we're also following lower lows, right? So we're making a step ladder to the downside. Now, if you are an Aster holder, what do you want to see in terms of a reversal sign? Well, on the daily time frame, there's two key areas that you want to see first. So firstly, you want to see a closure above this area and a closure above this area, right? So if price is able to do something like this, close here, retest, close again, you are going to get a change in character because you are going to form a higher high from this zone and a higher high from this zone. And forming higher highs starts to get that step ladder to the upside, right? So that is your two main things you want to look for as a Aster holder to start looking for some bullish action is closure above this high and closure above this high. If we break it down on the 4-hour level, we can see even more things happening, right? So I don't know if any of you guys really know what fair value gaps are. They're imbalances in price, and sometimes price likes to retest that area. And even at the start of the project, there isn't much, right? There is this tiny little one right here that I will have marked up just for future reference, just to see if price does reach it, if it does trigger it, and what it's going to do when it hits that zone, right? It is a very small zone, obviously, but we can still expect price most likely to come down into this area. That's how I see it. And also, let me just pull this up for you guys. The market is absolutely crushing it red, right? Everything is red, but Aster, you can see bright red, down 13%. So it is taking a big hit. So my take on where Aster is going to go initially, right? Obviously, we have to adapt to the market, but I think Aster is going to go into this zone. Now, there's two ways you can look at it, right? One, well, there's three ways actually, I would say. One, if you're a holder and you don't like the project anymore, you're going to take your loss and you're going to call it a day, right? That's one. Two, if you are a holder and you believe in the project and you think there is still room for the upside, then you could possibly be scaling in and re-adding to your position here. Because if you add to your position and you just go back to these highs, 172% gain, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you could be adding here, right? So one, you're taking your losses. Two, you are adding. Three, you're holding, right? You're like, okay, everything is red. If you look here, every single coin in my portfolio is red, right? the market is bleeding, I'm just going to hold. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to stress over it. I'm just going to hold and see what happens. You have accepted that you could lose, and you've accepted that you could gain, right? I see those as the 3 possibilities. Now, I don't want to necessarily say for everybody to start selling and panic selling, because obviously you have your view on your coin and you believe in what you believe in, right? If somebody said, oh, but ZBEC is red right now, I would say, well, I don't care, because I believe in that project so heavily that I'm still going to be holding it despite it being in the red, right? So it depends on how you see Aster, and if you think it is a strong project. If you think it's going to be a future strong crypto exchange, I would say hold, right? It's really as simple as that. Sometimes you have to just put in your cash, put it in a box, and just forget about it, because looking at the market every day, you're just going to get stressed out, right? Is it going to make a difference if you're up 40% or if you're up 60%? It could if you have a very large investment, absolutely. But if you have a smaller investment, just hold it a little bit, right? So my general opinion is that market is looking red. That price is looking very bearish, right? Everybody can see that. Let me pull up the RSI, because you guys really like the RSI. So RSI, we are actually not in the oversold area yet. So we could actually, it would make sense for us to go down to this box, and then we would start getting into that zone, and then possibly a buy back to the upside. So we will see how that is, right? I will probably do another market update with you guys for next week to see how price has balanced, how it's closed, and all of that good stuff, as long as you guys want it. I don't know if you guys really want that market structure, market analysis, but yeah, I will still post another one next week, and then we'll see how price is trading. I currently do not own any Aster. I have never bought Aster. I think there are better projects out there in different sectors. I don't necessarily look at the exchange sector that much. I have invested in other areas, and I'm not saying that it is a bad project by any means. So looking at Aster, right? It's interesting because price has went down so much, but you guys are 1% more bullish than you were the last time I made this video last week. And volume is up 33%. So people could be buying into Aster, right? We are still waiting for a few big exchanges that could definitely help Aster in the long run. And then looking at their Twitter, there haven't been too many things. They've been adding coins to their site, as they should be, warning about a fake Telegram. I feel like I should warn people about this more. Never click on random things. I always go to CoinMarketCap, and then I always, website, Twitter, Telegram, whatever it is, I go from here, because I know this will be the legit link. Let's see, anything else, anything interesting? Buyback, that could be a good thing depending on how that goes. And yeah, not too many things. The app is live. This was not live the last time I talked about it. That is a good thing too. But price is not really reflecting these changes. So yeah, we will wait for next week to see how price closes, and I'll bring you guys an updated video on it. Hopefully it closes good, because I never want anybody to lose out in this game. I want everybody to be a gainer. Obviously there's going to be some losers. That is just part of the life. I have lost in projects before. That is just the game that we are playing in. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also do your own research, because I'm not a financial advisor, and I'll see everybody in the next video.